Let
Hey
me know.
everybody, welcome to the Horry Show's Flat Earth Digest. Tonight we have a special guest. This is Michelle Nicole, aka Flat Earth Meeshka, eh? And we have a special discussion. We're going to talk about some things that have hit our conspiracy theory plate. And what I'm doing tonight is picking her brain on a topic that is very dear to my heart, which definitely revolves around the CIA and mind control and brain control, brainwashing, CIA ops, and MK Ultra, if you're familiar with that. So it's my understanding that there has been some leaked documents, or maybe just declassified documents, that have a lot to do with Robert Monroe and his sleep studies with the HemiSync technology. So I would like to invite on the panel Effie Mishka, or if you have a better nickname for yourself, go on ahead. I'm switch to the screen. Introduce yourself.
You could literally just call me Michelle. People on
Michelle.
YouTube know me. Yeah. People on YouTube know me as Fe Mishka, and stands for Flat Earth, but that's besides the point. Um, and I kind of started my truth journey a while back. I would say partially, but mostly because of the Flat Earth movement a few years ago, and that has opened my eyes and my mind to a lot of other deceptions. Naturally, as we all know, this research opens my mind to a lot of other ideas.
Oh boy, yes it does.
Oh, yeah, whether you want it or not, here we
Yeah, it leads
go.
one thing leads into another, as far as I'm concerned. Definitely true.
Yes, the rabbit hole never ends.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, and how you said if they were leaked or declassified, they were definitely declassified, and it actually I think they were released in 2003. Let me
I remember
double
that
verify.
document. Yeah, the one you linked said that what we're going to be talking about here is
Hmm.
released in 2003. So
Yep.
several years ago, and it's just now hitting the wildfire of
Well,
the
and
internet.
here's the
Like,
worst part is it was released to the public in 2003, September 10th to be exact. Uh, but this information, this report came out June 9th of 1983.
hmm,
So they withhold this information. I'm 40 years, or yeah, basically almost 40 years, 30 something years, and then or hold it until 2003. But still, it's this information. What we're going to be talking about has been around for quite a long time.
hmm, interesting. It's just been not mainstream, and
Yes.
I would like to know what you know about this document that I haven't discovered yet, because all I know is that I had a best friend of mine before I turned flat earther. We were very close, and he spoke very highly about Robert Monroe and his sleep studies and HemiSync and all the stuff that I briefly talked about with you. But we once we butted heads about flat Earth, we stopped talking, and it didn't take very long. When I started talking to him about like people like David Icke,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Mm-hmm.
he was like, "Oh, well, if you think David Icke is a phony, then I'm gonna kind of dismiss everything I ever learned about him." And so, like, for some reason, a couple of big names that I talked about when I presented the fact that I don't trust them, he was very eager to like distrust them as well and keep a guard up.
Mm-hmm.
But one of his favorites was Robert Monroe, because we became best friends because we were into out of body experiences and out of body travel and energy
Yeah.
stuff. So I'm really curious to know what you found out about Robert Monroe, his sleep studies, HemiSync, and how it ties into MK Ultra. And so what did you read about that document that really piqued your interest?
So I have to just first start out by saying I woke up this morning in my ritual of waking up into this hell. Like, oh my
Oh.
God, I got to get ready for work. So I go through YouTube, see who's got new content. And one of my favorite channels is Chris and Cherie Geo, who have Beyond the Veil. If if you guys aren't subscribed to them or don't know about them, um you gonna learn today. Like,
Yeah.
go subscribe to their stuff because they have very, very profound and concrete information that they put out in very long videos. I'm telling you right now, get prepared for like 3-4 hour videos. But someone like me, who luckily I run my dental office, and if I have no patients, I can put in headphones and just listen to hours upon hours of information. So when I was starting to get ready, I saw that they had a video just released yesterday or today, this morning. I can't quite remember, but I just saw CIA leaked documents, and I almost scrolled past it. But something said, because that's all you could see was like CIA leaked LEAK, and then dot dot dot. I'm like, okay, what new stuff is this? I was like, whatever. Let me just say, I know they have like very good information. Let me just see. And I saw that it had to do with human consciousness and the construct of our reality, which was, in my opinion, something everyone should be concerned about. Regardless of the shape of our construct or whatever, it's the actual construct and where we live, which I think is what everyone's basically after, just in different terms. And so I started listening, and instantly they start referring to this thing, this gateway experience that I don't know what they're talking about. So instantly I'm like, okay, what is the gateway? I need to learn about this, obviously. So I just stopped the video right away. And gateway experience. Okay. So they say, okay, instantly, like, we link this information in the description. So I go click on the CIA document, and sure enough, it's 29-page document explaining, in essence, the construct of human consciousness and the holographic universe that we live in. And that sounds crazy, but like Chris Geo says in his video, there's no one else that could leak this information or disclose or talk about this information. It wouldn't be the same if it wasn't coming from, like, you actually have a source like the CIA who is confirming these things that we've all known intuitively about. We all know we have these senses that protect us and guide us and feed us information, but we're taught to, you don't trust them, like Jaron Campanella talks about a lot, is that we have these senses and they're suppressed in so many ways. Like, we're just, oh, you don't trust your sense, you don't try, oh, no, like, these are infinite source energy senses that are given to us for a reason to survive in this construct. And maybe I'm getting a little too ahead of myself in this construct thing, because 8 hours ago is a different person.
So you've learned a lot, and you've really based your learnings, and you've twisted, you've changed your reality and your perception based on that which you have read here recently, absolutely. Right?
And everybody needs to be okay with that, because you're going to be presented with information that goes against your current beliefs. Hello. Yeah. Cognitive dissonance. Don't think you are not subject to it. You are at every given point. Not you, Horry. I'm just saying this.
Oh, no, but in general, right.
But people need to understand what people struggle with. Oh, no, I'm set on these beliefs. This is it. No. Okay. They're like, we do not have a grasp. We are in the infancy of our understanding of anything. We have been so manipulated and so controlled for so long. Like, we have no freaking idea what's going on. So when there's actual documents that describe in detail, down to particle physics, and whether or not people want to believe in that, there's half truths to everything. There really is a lot of truth to the things that are put out by these intelligence agencies and government programs. You gotta look at all the information.
Yeah.
And it really ties in with the construct that we live. And I've always been fascinated with our suppressed natural abilities.
Me too.
I haven't really been able to practice those, but I've been in the constant state of mind of, I want to practice those. I know those exist. I know they're important. how do I manifest them? So
Yeah.
where I've gone, and what this article or this report describes is how to manifest the reality that you want through this gateway experience or this gateway technology. It's not really a technology, it's the understanding of how humans can use sound waves to manipulate reality or this holographic universe that we live. And never really I'd seen truthers throw out, oh, holographic universe this or sound waves that, sonoluminescence this, and frequency that, and I never drew the connection. But literally earlier today,
Oh, hold on. My phone's crapping itself. Hold on. What the hell's going on?
the
All right.
CIA is tapping in.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. You're good. But it literally never. I never drew the connections all in one piece. I never connected the pieces to the puzzle until today. I put the Mod Podge on the puzzle today.
Mm.
Mm.
Yeah,
You
I
know that
get it.
Mod Podge, man.
Here's the thing. I have been on a kick to remove heavy metal toxins from my body, and my gut is telling me to continue. And all I know is that from what I've been told, our pineal gland is being calcified through all the fluoride in the water and all the stuff that's in our main water supplies. And it's like they want to do that much at least. But then there's
Yeah.
heavy metal toxins, which could be coming from the chemtrails and the barium and aluminum
Oh,
spraying
dude,
that
they're
are.
in fucking everything. Okay, so let's just take it back to, like, let's just think everybody knows good and evil, right? We have good and evil, positive, negative, smelly sock, not smelly sock, whatever you want to compare it to. There's something good and bad that resonates with each individual in a different way, whatever.
Okay.
Good and bad. We'll just call it good and
Sure.
bad, like
Yeah.
devil on the shoulder, angel on the shoulder.
Yeah.
So you think back into like all I can resort back to is, like, let's just say there's this infinite energy source that has created everything. There obviously has to be something that created this very, very intelligent construct that we live. I mean, we're far too intelligent and evolved to be from nothing. So
Mm-hmm.
you think of this energy source, and when I look back, when you start researching things like into the deep state or the deep cabal and the great awakening and things like that, back to human origins, the good and evil, there has to be a starting point. So we get to this point where there's the you're originally at one with the creator, or one infinite creator, this infinite energy source, which is talked about and well described in this document, this infinite energy source, which they call the source.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of redacted pages from this document, actually, which is crazy, but also it speaks volumes and it makes sense because it just ties back with the fact they don't want us to know our true abilities and the fact of this one infinite energy that supplies this consciousness, this energy source to our flesh bags or whatever we want to call them. But anyway, so there's
Yeah.
good and evil in this
Yeah.
creator. There's always a positive and negative, and protons, electrons, neutrons, cells, whatever. You have these positive and negatives just flowing around each other at infinite speeds, unfathomable speeds. So let's just say this good and evil split at one point because they became so self-aware, like so self. Can you imagine one good person just, I want to do good for everybody, everything is so great, and then you have this evil motherfucker who's like, I just want to destroy, I'm not part of you, I just want to destroy you because I hate you and you, all the good you've created. There's that good and evil if you think of it on that level. Well, this evil, let's just say for theory, for example, has taken over this construct, this dimension, this realm, this world, this earth that we live in through various means of mind control or consciousness manipulation. And what I think people get tied up on is oh, it's like, I think of some devil like with a pitchfork just trudging through the freaking corn
Yeah.
maze. No, it's not like that. Like this is on a deep spiritual level. Like it's on a level that we can't fathom unless we try to understand. You have to really put your mind in the set that you are much more than just a flesh bag. We're not just here for no reason. We're not here to work an 8 to 5, a 9 to 5, 9 to
Yes.
6, whatever.
Oh, you could say that again like 5
Oh
times in a
my
row,
God, I'm trying
right?
to live that life, man. I'm fucking in hell every day.
Mhm.
But that's the reality. It's like a lot of us are trapped in this construct. We are
Yes.
slaves to the matrix, and that's
Slaves
real.
to the Matrix,
I'm a
yeah.
slave. Don't worry. Like I'm not hating on any side. I'm a fucking slave. But this document really confirms a lot of the beliefs or ideas that a lot of us have had for a long time. And so this good and evil, you imagine this evil basically taking control of our reality. How we get in and out is described in this document a little bit, but that's not important. The fact is that we're here, we're dealing with this reality. How do we deal with it? What do we do? Well, we got to try to figure out who we are, why we're here, and where we're from. Where's this energy? What you got to first recognize, I am much more than this flesh bag and this 9 to 5. There's you recognize that good when you're helping others, that feeling like, oh my, when I help hand out essentials to the homeless in Sacramento, or various avenues of helping people, that feeling you get from helping another person is indescribable. It gives you
trumps
such a
that which you get from working your 9 to 5 job, right?
absolutely.
It's
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, bare minimum. That's like
It
not even.
trumps any drug I can do.
Oh yeah, yeah. It trumps any kind of high or drug you would pleasure yourself with. The feeling of like being there for someone's essential needs, and the ability or the opportunity to plant a little seed in them and say, you know what, this is how you should be living versus what you're doing. That kind of waking up. That's why I flat smack people in the Tesla. It's like it's not you know what you're doing there. If you're helping the homeless, that's one thing, but if I'm helping people that are waking up and they're caught in a 9 to 5 and they have the cognitive awareness to potentially break from it, it's kind of the same thing. There's almost, I don't even know if we should compare the two. It's not apples and oranges. It's more like apples and apples still. Mm-hmm. And we all need to do our part to break people from the matrix. I'm so big on that, Michelle. I'm so big on breaking people out of this 9 to 5 grind, this need to feel like they have to wake up to an alarm clock and feed the machine.
Well, and
I'm
that's
like,
that evil construct that is throughout time created these materialistic things that humans attach to, like money. What is money? It's a thing that this human collective consciousness has given value above all other life. People kill for fucking money.
Oh yeah,
it's not cool.
No doubt.
It's not cool. Like, think about you want to hate on the barter system? People want to hate on the barter system? Go ahead and try. Like, it breaks down to electrical grid blackout. Guess what? You're going to be bartering for your life. You're going to be bartering for basic supplies. You are going to be killing people for water. So don't even try to hate on that bartering system, because it's going to come into reality very quickly.
Well, it's not the bartering system that's the problem. It's the fact that they have turned the bartering system into something that can be directly feeding the machine in a negative way. It's not it's like, yes, the
people need to get back to that bartering system.
They do need to get back to the original bartering system, not the system now, which has us harvested left and right, taxed left and right. You know.
Yep.
Yeah, the bartering system's fine. That kind of way of living and trading of valuables is fine. But the hidden hand, has discovered a way to take that and turn it into a mainstream system that everyone has to buy into. But what they're doing to it is they're finding a way to tax us ever so little bits here and there. And what we find ourselves succumb to is a bartering system now where we're paying all these taxes and all these fees and all these everything. It's so screwed up. I get it.
My thoughts?
What?
Okay, so we originally started with gold, right? Like precious
Right.
metal. Well, we originally started with like real goods, like food and clothes and things that we needed more than other things.
Uh-huh.
But then it transitioned into a conductive precious metal, gold. So you think about look at all this, look at how much gold is valued. Look at the price of gold. Look at and what for, right? People just wear it. You just wear it. What the fuck? How could something that you just wear for flash have so much value? But then you think about its conductive properties. Its bio it oops, hold on. Someone's knocking at my door. Hold on, real quick.
Oh, that's okay.
It's
Go ahead.
It's biocompatible oh you're it's
Go ahead.
biocompatible.
I'm working out an audio issue right now. I'm trying to see if I can get you on my speaker here so Caroline can hear you while we're talking.
Oh, okay.
But
so the biocompatibility
for some reason it's not
gold,
actually working out, so I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to do it.
Oh, she should just
weird.
hop on her headphones and hop in the
Go
chat.
ahead.
Okay. So gold is it's able to work with the human body in a way. It's not really, you don't get an allergic reaction to it like you get nickel or aluminum or different alloys like that. Gold is a conductive and biocompatible alloy, and it's here for higher healing purposes. If you look, why would this thing have so much value if you just fucking wear it? If you just fucking wear this thing. The ancients wore gold for very specific reasons. They had gold around. They capped everything in gold for a very, very specific reason. It's got healing properties beyond our comprehension, which is why it's so fucking expensive.
Yes, that's what my research had led me to the same conclusions that they want to make it expensive because we can turn it into something else that's really healthy.
You know colloidal silver, right?
Uh-huh.
Imagine what fucking colloidal gold can do to our bodies.
Right. Yeah, that there you go. That's along the lines of where I'm coming to. Right.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So switching from the gold standard to a paper fucking dollar gave them more control than they could ever imagine. Now we gave value. We turned this gold that humans worshipped.
Yeah.
For reasons that have been rewritten and hidden from us. Imagine all the text, all the documents describing gold and its conductive and biocompatibility property or biocompatible properties that have been hidden from us. They do not want us to know its healing properties and its ability to, like, for example, the pyramids being there's limestone.
Yeah. What are stuff? Yeah. They're a mystery. What are they? Electro?
They are a way for us to transcend into different dimensions. They were conductive. There's so many things. They're like a giant battery. They are able to we're able to basically transcend through different dimensions through the pyramids. And they use the energy from the stars and the energy from the universe and this earth and all the elements to transcend human consciousnch through different dimensions.
That's interesting. There's a lot of people that say there's the pyramids are electric generators, electricity generators.
Absolutely.
They're aligned.
Graphite pillars in the center. The water from the Nile used to flow to the pyramids. They blocked off the Nile. Don't quote me on this. I want to say 1913. They blocked off the entrance to the Nile. Like I said, don't quote me on the date, but the entrance to the Nile that flowed, just so everyone knows, I know I'm live, I'm going to pee. Everyone knows I pee while I talk. But so the entry to the Nile flowed to the pyramids. So you can see the entryways from the water. We all know water is a conductive material, property, whatever. Flows through this, creating this flow. The graphite pillars would they would harness the energy from the stars of the sun through the gold at the top of the pillars, go through the graphite pillars to heat this water to create superconductive, just, whatever, to transcend human consciousness and all sorts of things. There's, if people don't know, there's a book and a lot of articles written by, it's called Pyramid Power. Globebusters spoke about this a long time ago on one of their shows. It's, oh my God, it's Dr. something. I got to look it up. But it's called Pyramid Power, and the power of just literally the geometric shape of the pyramid, the three-dimensional shape of the pyramid. And hold on, no flush.
Yeah.
And the power that just that three-dimensional geometric shape, I know, fuck me.
So funny.
The power that basic geometrical three-dimensional shape has over reality and its healing properties. Just that shape of the pyramid has been proven through different people. I want to do it. I have yet to do this myself, but I know other people who did it. We can't prove anything until we do things ourselves. I know that. So I still have yet to do this, but the research involved in this idea is very profound, and I encourage everyone to look into it and conduct the research themselves. But apparently,
the pyramids are something. Go ahead.
Yeah, dude. No. Oh, apparently, just having a pyramid in your home, like, the people were able to keep milk fresh and warm in room temperature. I don't drink milk, but keep razor blades sharp, whatever. They were able to.
Oh wow, it sounds like you've done a lot more research into the pyramid shape and geometry than I have. I've read, I've listened to Michael Tellinger's work about what the pyramids could be. I've heard about them being traps for the vril. And the vril gets into like reptilian theory, which I don't want to buy into, but people,
It's real.
Like what are they, like traps, like roach traps for the vril?
No, I think that there's how do I say this? Like
there seems to be some bones that are collected in the bottoms of the pyramids that maybe the top opening windows from the pyramids were trapping the vril into being trapped and starved to death, and then there's all these bones at the bottom. I don't know. Like there's so many different theories on the pyramids, man.
Chris and Cherie Geo, who I mentioned earlier, who put out the video that I found out about these CIA documents about, they recently went on an ayahuasca journey. They got to go to the Pyramid of Giza. They got to go to the Temple of Isis. They got to have an ayahuasca experience in these temples, and they transcended to this is going to sound crazy, but they went to the 13th dimension. They got to see the layers of consciousness. They know how to separate. They know how to have the most profound out-of-body experience we could ever hope and dream of. They transcended through the densities. And the only way this was possible was through the pyramids of Giza. And they knew this because their reincarnated souls had been working for thousands of years to basically expose this and manifest this reality. And they've done a lot of work on the pyramids, a lot of work on ancient Egypt. And what's crazy,
how much work do you think they have done on out-of-body travel in general? That's what I want to know.
Far more than we could ever imagine. They do it all the fucking time.
I got to get in touch with some of these people because, listen, what I know from personal experience, hands-on experience, is that I have had several experiences where I have, let's say, I grabbed a deck of cards and shuffled them up, and I flipped one over without looking at it, and I put it on my nightstand, and I went to bed and tried to go out of body, and went out of body and looked at that card, and it did not match up. So it's several experiences like that, and I felt like I was very discouraged. I felt like it was maybe just a dream I was doing all along, and I was really about to quit the whole journey. But when I went out of body, and every experience where I actually saw someone doing something that they were doing, and I asked them the next day, those experiences, every single one of them were verified 100% as being true. And I almost had the cops called on me one time. I don't know if you heard me tell that story, but it was so damn, nail on the head. I almost got into legal trouble. The girl was thinking I was peeping in her windows. So it's kind of like, I just don't know if I don't know what to believe from other people's
It's because we
travels.
don't understand the construct. That's what's so it's so hard to grasp this fact that or this idea that they're like, first of all, we have to understand how holograms work, and people just think of these little holograms that we got in fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards or whatever. Like, no, it's a fucking hologram, like what you see in the truther communities of these projections above the sea or whatever. Like we're talking about projections of people, of things, of buildings, of structures, whatever you want to. It's okay. So I was, after I really looked hardcore at these documents earlier, I was walking through my work and I just drug my hand across the wall as I was walking down the hallway of my work, and I'm like, how is this not real? Like, how is this a construct? I still can't grasp that, Horry. Like, I'm very new into this understanding because it obviously goes against what we've ever been taught and have understood. And that's what I think a lot of truthers are going to get hung up on, the shape of the earth. And I think that there are a lot of half truths, and we've been lied to. And this construct of reality.
Yeah, I'll drink to that, Meeshka. I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to, cheers, ooh, tink. And it's not what it seems. I mean, the control over us is for a reason. Back to the Almighty. Oh my God, and my mind's like, I want to go on 20 different
I know. We you know what, just for everyone listening, we got on this live stream and we had a bajillion things to talk about, and we said, you know what, let's just stop talking and go live. So the next time we may talk, we're going to have a little bit of structure, but for right now,
we'll take suggestions.
Right now we're just going on. You guys are listening to
it. You're just hearing us chat.
Yes, that's it. That's exactly what we're doing, and I love that. So you guys are getting a little inside peek.
We don't want any suggestions. Like, we're just hanging out.
Exactly. I just wanted to clarify that. Next time we might have an actual topic list, a better thumbnail picture, all these things, but right now, I'm just like, wait. I'm like, wait.
Everyone.
I'm like, don't talk anymore. Let's just hit the live button and talk. So this is what you guys are getting. That's all. The raw consciousness.
Man.
Yeah.
So everybody, like, I encourage everybody. You like, okay, there's thousands of documents you can look through. This one is so concrete and relative to any truther's understanding or lack thereof, their search for understanding in the construct of reality. This has tied so many loose puzzle pieces. So, like I said, it put the Mod Podge on the freaking puzzle. It glued the pieces together. This is so anyways, you go to the CIA.gov and then hold on. Did I send you the link?
I'll put the link in the chat. Go ahead. I'll do that much. Go ahead.
So basically, what this document is composed of is this guy, Robert Monroe, who basically discovered how we all know Nikola Tesla's work, how sound and frequency works. But he literally discovered how it literally relates back to the infinite source, the creator, the God, Krishna, whatever you want to call it, the infinite source of energy, the thing that gives us our reality. So he was able to basically reverse engineer this reality back to the infinite source. And it's documented in particle physics, hypnosis, uh, let's see. I'll go through biofeedback, the gateway and hemisync, that syncing the left and right brain, because the left part and the right part are very different, and there is a way to synchronize them, and we've been suppressed from that knowledge for so long. Like, people don't even think it's a thing. That's just crazy. Like, I tried to send this information to my parents earlier, and like, Michelle, you need to focus on bigger and better things.
No, gosh.
What is bigger and better than understanding how we're fucking here? Like, I don't
Oh, man.
You're the epitome of brainwash.
I know. Oh, man. It must be so hard to connect with your family members. I couldn't. You see, me, I just, like, if I have a truth piece of the puzzle and I'm, like, told that I'm crazy, I'm like, I cut them off and I move on. But not many people are like me. You know, you're still, like, sitting there going, but listen, and I'm not like that. I'm like, okay, but why? Oh, gosh.
I have forever faith this will sprout.
Bless your heart. We need more like you spreading truth, but other than me. Because if I spread truth and it's unreceived, I'm like, okay, bye-bye then. Okay, thanks, bye.
We think it's unreceived. I think a lot of people, you think about where we were first in our journey, a lot of this information that we perceive as normal and already known is very new and very scary to a lot of people. And I think back when my friend Mike, who I brought to the Flat Earth Conference last year, who helped me with my journey through everything, who introduced me to, he's the reason I'm where I'm at today. Maybe he's not, but I don't know of another pathway that I would be to where I'm at without him being that source. So,
who was that again? Say again.
My buddy Mike, who I went to high school with went to school with for a long time, knew him in high school, more like a little closer, and then we didn't talk. He was 4 years older than me. I didn't talk to him until 10 years out of high school, about 2 years ago. And I saw him posting flat earth stuff on Facebook, and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? I've already dabbled in conspiracy at that point. Like, I know, like, I have a basic understanding, like, we're lied to. So I didn't reject it right away. I just said, well, what is he thinking? Like, I know he's intelligent. Like, this seems kind of dumb. I'm just going to ask him instead of immediately rejecting it and throwing it away. Like, where are you getting this information? I need to see what you're thinking. Like, I'm going to determine if I'm going to throw this out or not. And so he sent me a couple links. I was like, all right. It was like, I can resonate a little bit with this. And then that just spiraled into the last 2 years of in-depth research.
Oh my goodness, Earth is really flat. Thank you, bro. That's what it amounted to. Yeah.
And now I'm like, oh my god, it's a fucking hologram.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely flat. It's not a sphere. But what this document? Have you followed Horry? Have you followed Martin Kenny or like Santos Bonacci?
Both of them are on the outskirts of my research. I spent a lot of time with Globebusters, Jeranism, D. Murphy a little bit. I went and Antonio Superratz's route. I went to Karen B and the FE core and the laser experiments, but I do know about who you're talking about. But they're like, once you wake up to enough, you're done. You know it's flat. And then so you find out these other people, like you said, Martin Kenny, Zen Garcia, some of these people are like, I didn't even need them to fully wake up. But I recognize them. I recognize them as doing just enough work to adequately wake me up as well. But yeah, I didn't. I woke up before I needed them. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I totally feel what you're saying. I actually did the same route. I when I first started looking into things that Mike had sent me, I went onto YouTube. because when I first started typing into Google, like nothing was coming up. I knew right away the information I was given was bullshit.
Suppressed,
So
or,
I was like,
or
I go to alternative sources to try to find my information. A lot of people hate on YouTube. Y'all want to hate on fucking YouTube, that's fine. But go type your shit into fucking Google, and if you have any sort of discernment in your brain, you're going to understand right away that that is fucking propaganda. And
all you got to do is look at frickin' NASA. The one that I was with, she was like, hey, I have a TV on at my grandpa's house, and they love to watch the NASA channel. But when I woke her up, dude, well, no, not just that. When I woke her up to flat Earth, she was like, I would go over to my grandpa's, and they would have NASA channel on, and all I would see is CGI animated pictures and garbage of this and that, and
it must be horrible since you like do that.
I mean, from her hearing what I would
do it better.
Oh my God, I know, right? But to her, she was like, I can't believe now that I know what you've been telling me for 6 months. Then I go and they're just watching it because it's just something to put on, you know?
Yeah.
And she's walking in and out of the room, and she's going, all I see is fake CGI rockets and fake planets, and oh my God, people.
It's unavoidable.
You can't unsee it. Yeah, you can't unsee it.
You can't unfucking see that shit.
Exactly.
I'm sorry. Should I
No, this ain't no PG-13. I'm showing a nipple to prove it. There you go. PG-13 out the window. No, I get you. Like, that's exactly what she come to the conclusion of, and that's why I attack NASA. I'm like, just go watch the freaking NASA channel. All that you won't see any real pictures of anything. And if you're a gamer, you're really gonna get it. You're gonna see that, oh my God, that's not real. Like, it's so crazy, obvious.
That's what you would think. And then, well, wait a second. But oh my, I'm getting outside.
What's fascinating is that you discovered something about Robert Monroe and his sleep studies. And I'm sure it leads into out-of-body experiences and maybe even remote viewing.
It's absolutely remote viewing. There's all this document.
Yeah, so that's what they were doing in the Cold Wars and the military times. They were trying to find people like him that could do remote viewing so they could spy on different parts of the world. And that's one thing. That's fine. But why suppress this information to the general public? Why do they not let us know we can do it?
Yes,
you know,
because it's that good and evil, right? That evil part, that cabal or whatever.
They hide the knowledge from us. They hide our true power from us.
They basically, okay, we're full of these heavy metals that work like an antenna, and that evil source can transmit frequencies of evil, whatever you want to fucking call it, evil frequencies or mind thoughts. You don't even think, I'm not evil, I'm not part of that. No, just your basic thoughts, the manifestation that you're creating. Like, think about it. Like, we could all be in such a surreal place of complete bliss, helping each other. Just I'm good at teeth. Like, I've dealt with teeth. Like, I could be good at other things, I guess, but I've based my career in teeth. Like, I could literally stop everything I'm doing for that monetary system of the dollar, and I could literally take the information I know and help people naturally with their teeth. Like, I could help people. We could all do that to a certain extent, and we wouldn't have to be enslaved by this monetary system. The monetary system has us enslaved.
Yes, because you probably took enough time and enough money in your life to learn what you need to do to get where you are. And once you realize you're there, if you wake up to something like Flat Earth or MK Ultra, once you wake up to the Matrix, you're stuck already there, and you're sitting there going, well, I've invested. How do I get out of this? How do I get out of this? I've invested so much money, so much time, etc., etc. Fuck. Exactly.
Dude, I'm looking around here, looking at the moon, like, oh my God, this world is so beautiful, and I'm stuck by this monetary, it's all the monetary system. Think about it. You could have all your problems would be solved with money, yet all your problems would go away if you didn't have money and you had the help of humanity.
Yeah, if you could help your neighbor next door, but the system isn't designed for that anymore. It's got us segregated. It's got us segregated. It's got us in a sort of a class system. It really does. Yes, we're divided, conquered, religious, ideas, prejudice, race. Oh my God, it's really sick. It really is. You get that.
And the more people who become aware of this, it's just becoming self-aware. Like it's depressing. We get depressed. Like I'm sitting here thinking like, oh my God, I'm like stuck alone. Like I'm literally, I wake up, I fucking hate going to work. I love what I do. I want to help people, but I hate going to slave for this monetary system that has no meaning.
I get you. I get you.
Just yeah. And the more people who become self-aware, it's not just, oh, I'm self-aware, I'm a god. It's it's more basic than that. Just become aware of the fact that you are meant more more than this. You're meant more than to slave your life away.
Yes.
3/4 of your life away.
Yeah.
$3
3/4 of your life. That says it all. I mean, that's what I'm watching everyone that I love around me get sucked into, is 3/4 of their life pissed away to the Matrix, it's too much, man. I have found a way personally, until I had my life circumstances basically attack me into where I had to stop. But there was a situation I was in where I was providing for 4 people's lives on a pure, non-organic, all GMO free food diet. And I was doing that I could work from home. Like I did that. I figured it out to break away from the system, develop a talent, a skill. And for me, it was commercials, a camera presence. And I did it. But so many people that I find that I want to try to rescue people like you or anyone that I know that's trapped in the system. Break away, because we're not supposed to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week. We're not supposed to do that. No.
I feel that so
Gosh.
Dude, it drives me nuts. Like, I love my boyfriend. He may hear this one day, but like he's in the Matrix. Like he's a freaking NPC, man. Like
NPC. Oh, you know that. Oh, you know that term. I get it.
I know that.
I thought I was the only one that used that shit.
Yeah,
oh,
NPCs
jeez.
are real.
Yeah, no. It's sad, man. I try to rescue people because, look, if they have the mentality to whore themselves out to the Matrix, like, freaking wake up and break away from it, because you will stop feeding the machine. You will start feeding your own personal happiness, and you'll spend 1/3 of the time working instead of 3/4 of the time working. And you will only have free time and happiness left over. Like, I don't know. What do you do? You know?
I know.
What do you do? Like, what do we do?
I mean, as individuals, I mean, you can become self-aware. You can become aware of this reality. Like, say, I think the basic part that people need to understand is the importance and the importance within themselves. The basic understanding that you are so much more important than what you're portrayed to be or what you're manifesting. And that's what this document proves. That you're manifesting. We are all manifesting. We've been manipulated on a mass level to manifest this slavery that we are constructed in. And if we all break free from this thought, it's not even just the Matrix, it's the thought that constructs this Matrix. If we all break free from this thought and we become self-aware, we become involved in ourselves and say, I'm much more important. My fellow human is much more important because I know they have a consciousness like I do. You look left to right. There's no racism. There's no hate. You look left and right to your fellow man. I have black, white, Asian, fucking Filipino in my living room right fucking now. There's no fucking hate. People, that's a construct within this reality, and it's projected into our minds through mass mind control, through propaganda, through what do you call it? Television programming, radio
Programming.
programming. Why do you think it's fucking called program? It's because it's
You know,
programmed.
That's what. Let me back up to what we were talking about before we got live. Is I used to, for the past couple of weeks, before I got here where I am and to set up my new studio, I had nothing to do but sit in an interim, and all I had to do was watch television programming like Nick at Night. And one of the shows I watched was My Three Sons. And just briefly, I'm going to tell you, this is how they programmed people. It was an episode where the father of the household was experiencing a little bit of turmoil with his wife and his daughter and her boyfriend, and so that was the drama that this episode revolved around. But it skipped a scene where one of the girlfriends of one of the main father's sons was like, hey, the girlfriend's like, hey, I'm gonna go over here and try to fix this drama. But the son was going, oh, no, I don't think you should do that. Now, why don't you tell me exactly what you plan on doing in your own words now? And she was going, oh, well, instead of going over to fix it in my way, I'm just gonna not do it and stay home. And he goes, good girl.
Oh, God.
Dude, that's freaking programming. And I see it. Like, I mean, it's the man rules the roost. The woman has to submit, and that's it. That's what they were trying to shit down our throats back in the freaking 70s.
And a lot of this programming is carried through to this current time.
Oh, exactly. I had to experience it firsthand just a few weeks ago. Like, oh my gosh, yeah.
It's crazy. It's how do we get out of this? And it's just, I mean, we are in the Great Awakening. Like, this is, I really feel that, and a lot of people will feel differently about this. You can relate it to Revelations. You can relate it to ancient texts, whatever. They've all described a time of an astrological alignment described in Revelations or September 23rd, 2017. A lot of people, oh, this happened in 2016. I don't think it did. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure this alignment, I monitored it for a long time, describes a lot. And it also depicts the Great Awakening of the current times through this alignment. And since September 23rd, 2017, if we trace back the information that's come about, you can't trace the awakening that's happened, but it's something that we can feel as people searching for the truth. You know that within the last year, there has been a collective consciousness that has awakened far more than throughout history, I feel. And it's coming to light, definitely. Like, there's a thirst for truth at hand that is driving a lot of people to really dig deep within the constructs of our reality to figure out why we're here. Who are we? And that's my search. Who am I? What am I? What the fuck am I? What is this? Like, this flash bag I'm walking around and
oh yeah.
Insecure and
oh man.
And I have these zits and these stinky feet and all this weird shit. And I'm like, what is this that everybody cares about? And like, I don't even care about it. Like, I just want to be here and help people and thrive. I want to enjoy this reality. Yet here I am in Sacramento, surrounded by 5G towers and fucking technology, when I grew up on 200 acres out in the middle of nowhere and had nothing but PVC pipeline that supplied our cattle with water and just living creatures and life.
You get it that there's something that has been perpetrated upon humanity. It's mainstream. It's in our water supply. It's like fluoridation. It's heavy metals. It's 5G. It's wireless signals. Something is wrong in our air. in our air waves, in our air
everything.
period,
Learn how to
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all I know is that from moving to Arkansas to Arizona, every night that I go to sleep, I have a vivid dream. Something is different from even Arkansas to Arizona. It's either the energy, the ley lines of the earth. I don't freaking know. But every night I go to sleep, I damn near have an out of body experience. Something's different. Something's just different. And I'm feeling it out right now. But it's intriguing. That's why I wanted to have this conversation with you. So I'm sure, it's been about an hour, and I'd like to keep it about an hour. But I want to read the document that you sent me from Robert Monroe. I want to be a little bit more familiar with it. I would like us both to marinate on that, and maybe we can do this talk again.
Yeah.
But
And just to clarify, Horry, it's not the document from Robert Monroe. It was actually written by, this is the report of a commander, a military commander who went through the Monroe program, the Gateway Experience, they call it. So he went through this Gateway Experience and reported on it in a militarized, physiological way. So it was written by Wayne McDonnell, McDonnell, Wayne McDonnell, however you want to say that.
Right,
June
yeah.
9th, 1983. It's available on the CIA's website. I encourage everyone to go read this right now. Print a copy, take screenshots, whatever you can, because this shit, I mean, this is profound. And I don't know how long it'll be available, but I'm very, very happy that we got to talk about this and at least shed some light on it to others. And I really appreciate you having me on, Horry. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. You've brought a lot to the table. This is something Robert Monroe. I had a best friend of mine before I realized that he was a hard-coded glober, and I became a flat earther. We stopped talking. Yeah, but he spoke very highly about Robert Monroe and his sleep studies and his hemisync technology, and he was a very intelligent guy. So I think there's a lot to look into in when it comes to Robert Monroe, and if he did work with the government. Look, you're talking to somebody who has walked through walls numerous occasions and told somebody what they were doing and freaked them the frick out. And what am I left with is, okay, I hit the nail on the head. I was 100% correct. This is possible. Remote viewing, it's possible. Astral projection, it's possible. Energy healing, it's possible. I know all three of these things I've done, and it freaks me out. But I'm really appreciative that you have started to go down this path, and you've discovered people like Robert Monroe. I would love to, talk again, but I do want to keep it short, just for time's sake.
Sure.
I really enjoyed this. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Yeah, thanks to everybody who's listening. Thank you, Horry. I encourage everybody to look into this for sure. And Horry, you know what?
You've maybe felt alone or however you felt, but there's a lot of people who I know who have shared your experiences and would love to talk to you. So I encourage anybody who's listening that has shared these experiences to reach out to Horry.
Yes, please.
Look up the Horry Sheet Show on Facebook or Harry Sheet if he wants that info out. But these are experiences that everybody should talk about if they've had them, and just to shed light on them so that the seed is planted. So thank you very much.
Indeed. Before we go, I wanted to tell everybody hi. We should have did this a long time ago, but we have Bob from Glowbusters in there.
Oh my God!
Maybe maybe even Cammy, but we have Flat Earth Vegans. Wesley Stace is in the house.
John Jennifer.
Flat Earth Fokker. We got Musician for Truth, Flat Earth 3. Paul and the Plains in here as well. These are all my favorites. You guys are awesome. Thanks for stopping by.
I really appreciate everyone being here. Damn.
Yeah, you guys, thanks for showing your support for any of the live streams that I do, and the information we put out. I try to have firsthand experience going into anything I'll talk about, and so I was just really anticipating a great conversation like we had with Michelle here, because Robert Monroe is like on the acquaintance level of what I know about from past friends, and so I wanted to draw that in here and see what she knew. And yeah, man, it's the government is finding out that we have abilities we're not told about on the mainstream. Like they know we can do stuff like this, but they don't want us to know. They don't want us to know we can do it. So thank you so much for appearing and talking about what you know, and I hope to have a second discussion again once I fully read everything. And totally, thank you so much, Michelle. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I love you, Horry.
Much love, much love.
All right, thanks, bro.
You take care. So here, it looks like I'm in Patricia Steer's computer room right now, but I probably shouldn't be in here right now, right? So, no, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming. If there's anything you want to say in chat, go ahead and tag me now. I will stick around for just a minute. Paul on the plane, much love, buddy. I see that. Bling Bling has made it here. Thank you. Flat Earth Vegans, much love. Flat Earth Fokker, great chat. Thank you. Hello to everybody. You guys are awesome. You guys make it happen. But yeah, the special thanks for Michelle for coming in and imparting some of her research on the subject. And I'm surprised that she discovered somebody like Robert Monroe. I really am. That's why I wanted to get her in here to pick her brain. And before we talk too much off air, I was like, wait, let's hit record. Let's just hit record. So, yeah, special thanks to Michelle there. And as soon as she starts a channel, I'm going to start promoting it. But I don't think she has one yet. But she's awesome beans. So anyway, guys, much love. I'll be back online soon. What I plan on doing is recording the video for the FE 2018. I got the script and it's approved by Robbie Davidson. And once I do that, I'm going to hit record and I'm going to edit it all in one day. I plan on doing it tonight, but you know, shizzle hit the fan in my life just one more time. And I decided to drink a couple of drinks before then. So I'm not in the mood to record right now. But you guys make it happen for us. And you know, share the link or whatever if you feel like this was a good stream. And that's it, guys. Thanks, much love. And peace out, guys. Oh, Jaybird, what you got? I got a tag here. Let me read the chat. Good show, and it's nice to see you. All smiles and sheet. Thanks, Jaybird. Thank you very much. Love you, Horry, says Journey's Wake. See everyone in Denver, says Flat Earth Vegans. Glad to see you back, Horry Bling Bling. Thank you. Nice, Fokker. Can't wait to shake your hand. Love you. Oh, Fokker, you going to be at the conference? I hope so. And if you guys need any gummies, you come to Horry at the Denver conference. I'm going to have some gummies in my pocket. Yeah. You guys take care. Much love. Peace out.